welcome back to my channel. Sorry if I sound kind of stuffy and just whatever. My allergies have been really bad, and I didn't wake up too long ago. So I got my coffee. I'm ready to film. Today I'm doing a first impressions on the Marc Jacobs Eye-Conic palette, and he's had these out for a while, but he brought out a bunch of new colors, and I wanted to pick up one of the more different ones. It's still very wearable, which I like about it, but it's not just completely neutrals. So I'll show you this in a second, but I'm also doing like a full face tutorial as well as the eyeshadow, so I'm going to show you like beginning to finish. So I'm going to do my foundation and all that, and then we'll get into the eyes, and that's when we'll do the first impressions part, if that makes sense. It comes in this little box, and this is my first product from Marc Jacobs ever, so that's kind of a big deal in my eyes. His packaging is always so amazing. That's one of my favorite packagings ever in the beauty world. Just very, very classic and sophisticated. So it comes in this black little oval shape case. And then on the back it has like the colors and the names and then just some other info. So you hit this little silver button to pop it open. But this is a really, really pretty like earth tone scheme, I want to say. Some greens, that gold, and then some brown shades. So I'm very, very excited to use this. I'm going to try and do something somewhat fun and interesting today. I've touched these slightly in stores and my own, and the pigment is unreal. So we're going to start with the face. I'm using some other new products that I haven't used on my channel before yet, so that's going to be fun. So first off, I just picked this up. This is the Sallie Rose Gold Elixir. You've probably seen this all over Instagram with people like dropping it or whatnot. I love this stuff. I've only used it like twice, so it comes in this little dropper. And this is kind of gonna be like my primer-ish. So it's just like a face oil. I'm gonna apply this to your face directly, which I like doing. Or you can mix it in with your foundation. So if your foundation is a little too matte or drying for your skin, you can mix that in, kind of thin it out and make it super dewy. Or you can even use it in like cream contour palettes, like drop it and then mix it in with the cream to make it a little bit easier to work with. So I love this. It just feels so luxurious on your skin, and it really does give that really, really beautiful glow. And then it also helps, when I put it on first, it really helps my foundation to glide on a lot smoother because it has that oily base. Next, to actually prime my skin and fill in some pores, I'm using the Baby Skin by Maybelline. I love this primer as a pore filling one, and you can get this at the drugstore. One of my favorites. Okay, so now I'm taking my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This is a recent purchase of mine. I bought it because of all the rave about it. I know so many people love this foundation. So I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to apply it to my little palette here. Pounce this everywhere. This is a great color for when I'm fake tanned, so that's why I'm using this today. So that was the shade 6.25. This is like my perfect color when I fake tan. So yeah, that's what I bought this kind of for, is like my fake tan foundation. So next, I'm going to use my concealer. I'm going to go in with the MasterConceal by Maybelline. I have this in my kit when I do freelance, and I've been using it a lot lately, and I just kind of fell back in love with it from using it on my clients. So that's what I'm using today. It's such a great concealer. It's definitely more full coverage and thick, but it's so easy to blend out. So I'm just applying this under my eyes. Might be a little too light for this foundation. I always bring my concealer up on my eyelid too. Apply some on my chin. Okay, now going in with my favorite powder. This is the Kodi Airspun translucent powder. This is my absolute favorite. I get mine on Amazon, but you can also find it at Walmart. It's like $9 or $10, and it is the best powder ever. I can't live without this. Taking it on my sponge and just patting this where we put the concealer. Pressing it into the skin. I always pat in my powder on the areas that needed a little bit more, so under my eyes and T-zone, and then I'll go in with a bigger brush like this and apply this for the rest of my face. Next, for bronzer and contour, I'm going to actually go in with my Anastasia contour kit. This is the powder one. I love this like little kit. It's awesome for everyday and for like crazy contour. I just kind of mixed all the contour shades. I'm just doing like a light bronzing contour. That's why I like it, because it's really like universal. I'll use this when I'm doing like crazy contour, and then I can also use it on a daily basis as well. And it has the great highlight powders as well to set under your eye or brighten things up. Just applying this on the sides of my nose. Nothing crazy, just want to add some warmth and definition. The foundation isn't fully covering all my acne right now, but that is because I fake tanned, so when you fake tan over acne, it usually darkens it, which isn't the best, but I don't really mind when stuff shows through my skin, just because it's natural and I'm not going to fully try and cover it up, especially just for every day. It's a regular old Monday. If I was going out or doing something, maybe I would try and cover it a little bit more, but it still looks really pretty on the skin. My skin just isn't doing well right now at all, so that's not the foundation's fault. Wasn't expecting it to fully cover, but it's just a really natural, pretty foundation for every day. With blush, I'm using a lot of drugstore stuff today. Realized that. This is, the thing broke, but this is the Milani Berry Amore 03 Baked Powder Blush. These are beautiful blushes. I'm sure you've heard of Luminoso. That's a very famous one, but I love the Berry Amore. It's like this really pretty purpley berry color with like gold veining in it, so it adds that glow to your blush. Love this blush. It's really pretty for the fall and winter because it has those deeper berry tones in it, while Luminoso is very corally and bright, more for summer. Crazy on this side with the blush. Whenever things get a little out of hand, just go back in with your powder brush or a clean, fluffy brush just to kind of fluff stuff out. I always do that because, you know, things can get a little out of hand. Now for highlighter, I'm taking my Real Techniques Duo Fiber Contour Brush. I love this brush for highlighting. And I'm taking the Mary Lou by the Balm. Apply this to the tip of my nose. This stuff is very blinding. And to my cheekbones. I like bringing it up a little bit, like around. And then some on the Cupid's bow. It's a really pretty highlighter. Okay, I'm going to zoom you guys in for the eyes and we'll get started on the Marc Jacobs palette. Perfect, it does have a bone shade. That is like my necessity when it comes to palettes. So I'm going to take this shade right here. This is like a matte bone shade, and I always have to start with a shade like that on my eyes. So I'm very, very happy it's in this palette. Mid-tone brown. It's a little bit darker than mid-tone, and just kind of fluff this in the crease. It kind of has like a cool side to it almost. I can't decide if it's cool or neutral. I wish there was a brown step lighter from this. because this is kind of dark to go in with right away. I'm going to take this dark, like, black, and it has some sparkle in it as well. I'm going to apply this to my outer corner. It has, like, a green hue to it. I'm just kind of putting this right in the outer corner. It's a little more intense than I wanted it to be. But that's a good thing if that's what you're going for. Okay, so since that's super dark, I'm going to go back in with my blending shade and just kind of try and blend and smoke this out a little bit more. This is like one two-step smoky eye right here. Now I'm going to go in with that beautiful gold right in the center, and I'm just going to use my finger and pop this right on the center of my eye. That is beautiful. And bringing it in to the inner corner. Going in with this little brush and taking this shade right here, which is a shimmery, has some golden green flecks in it, and just applying this to the very inner corner over that yellow, so it kind of fades into something a little bit lighter on the inner corner. Sorry you couldn't see me doing that. Take this original blending brush and just kind of blend my upper crease because things got a little out of control. And then I'm taking my big fluffy brush, just kind of sweeping away all that fallout. There actually wasn't much at all for how dark and intense these shadows are. Taking a flat definer brush and picking up this army green color, I'm going to smoke this on my lower lash line. I think this will add some really fun but neutral color, and it will complement the yellow really well. Okay, that's darker than I expected as well. I'm just taking this flat brush. This is just some rose water. Really any spray will work. My favorite is MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to dip this into the gold color. And since I used my finger, I kind of made it a little bit messier than I wanted to. So I'm going to try and focus this right in the center. And kind of get that more foiled look. And then I'm going to do the same with that lighter gold shade that I applied on my inner corner. Just put it on my brush, spray it, and then apply it right on that inner corner. This is just kind of cleaning up what I did. Using my Anastasia Brow Wiz to fill in just slightly. I'm growing out my eyebrows right now because my eyebrow lady told me to, and I'm just kind of listening to her, so they look so crazy. Like, I haven't been able to touch them. It's driving me insane. Yeah, they're just so crazy right now. And then my clear brow gel by Anastasia. So I have eyelash extensions on, but they're at their very last life. So I'm going to apply some mascara. I've had them on for a long time now, over a fill date. So I'm just gonna apply some mascara. In with my all-time favorite liner by Milani. This is the 09 Spice. Every time I wear this, people ask me what I'm wearing in the comments, and this is like pretty much, if you don't know, if I don't say what I'm wearing, I'm probably wearing this with either like a gloss or just by itself. This is my favorite. Then I'm taking this Tarte lipstick in the shade Culata. This is like their Water Rainforest, what is it called? Color Splash lipsticks, the blue tubes. I've talked about these a lot on my channel. These are beautiful. This is the completed look. I feel like I did that like way too fast for this look to be done. My hair is crazy because I left my straightener at school, but I've just kind of been owning it that it's supposed to look like this. Questions of this palette is a thumbs up. It is pricey, but half of that is you're paying for the name and the packaging and just the quality of it. And if you're not into like these crazy colors, well, these aren't crazy in my mind, but some people, these are kind of crazy. He does have other neutral sets, and then he also has some other really fun ones. He has like a purple and a pinkish one that I want to pick up, but I think you can make this very wearable. It has the bone shade, it has your shimmery shade, it has a brown, it has a pop. It has this like neutral shimmery shade, green, and a black. So it really has like all you need in one palette. The shadows themselves were amazing. They blended out. They were very pigmented. And the kickback is a little much on some of them. But again, I don't mind that as long as they blend and they're pigmented. So these are all very, very pretty. And I think it's worth it. If you're a makeup junkie and you want a new palette, I think it's worth it. So I love this. I'm definitely going to use it more and try and figure out some other fun looks with this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. It was a lot more intense than I was going for. I have to head back to school pretty soon, so that's a wrap for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you go check out the Marc Jacobs palette because I definitely give it a thumbs up, and he has some awesome color schemes like I've said before. I'll definitely link it down below, so check that out. And soon I will be filming my fall haul. I know you guys have all been waiting for that, so hopefully that will be coming up next weekend, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.